Hey guys, Jerry Miculek here, and welcome to this Gun Gab. I had a little incident happen the other day, and it made me think about when the 40 caliber Smith & Wesson was introduced. So, give you a little bit of a history. When the 40 caliber came out, it was made for law enforcement, of course, to be better than the 9mm, more effective, blah blah blah. But I was on the range one time, and a fella destroyed his 40 caliber pistol. I mean, it actually split. It was a 1911 style pistol. It split the slide completely, and the barrel had ruptured and it vented out through the top. It was a catastrophic failure. And I saw it a couple of other times on ranges, and it was kind of mysterious. People saying, well, 40 calibers just blow up. And I had an incident happen just a few days ago. I was in the shop here loading some 9s, and I had a different powder combination, and I wanted to run out and chronograph on a few different guns. So I had a 5-inch gun, I had a PCC carbine, and I had a 4¼ inch Smith & Wesson 9mm. I wanted to chronograph all these 3 guns right quick. So I did a couple of guns, and I took that M&P, that 4¼ inch gun, and I shot it, and it blooped. Bloop. And I immediately realized my error, and the error was I fired a 9mm on a 40 caliber gun. And I think a lot of the instances that you see a catastrophic failure on a 40 caliber is actually a 9mm being introduced into that platform and being stuck in the barrel, and then you chamber a 40 caliber behind it. So 40 caliber round is a very intense round by itself, and then when you put a barrel obstruction in it, it really comes into its own and you have a catastrophic failure. So I'll give you an idea. I got 3 different guns here. They're all disassembled, so I do have live ammunition on the table. But I want to show you, this is an M&P. This is the one I did my boo-boo on the other day, and that's the fired case. It was a low-pressure 9mm reload. You can see it buzzed it really bad, but that's not the issue. The issue is, will a 9mm round stick in the barrel? So say, and this is what happened. You have mixed ammunition. Somehow or another, you got a 9mm mixed in with some 40 calibers, and when you look at them in your hand, they look almost exactly the same. So when you load them in the magazine and you're on the range and you're having fun, and there you have that 9mm on the top. Somewhere in the magazine, you've introduced the 9mm round. And you say, well, I will never do that. And there I was on the range just the other day, and I did the exact same thing, but I was single loading the magazine. So anyway, give you an idea. I've got a 9mm round. I've got that 40 caliber M&P barrel. I'm going to drop it in there and see what happens. See there, guys? A barrel obstruction. Now I could easily chamber a 40 caliber behind it, and if it's a full factory round and I touch it off, it's not going to be a good day. So it's stuck in a 40 caliber Smith & Wesson. I've got a Glock 10mm here. Same thing, guys. Can you imagine a 9mm stuck in a 10mm barrel? That would not be a good day if you touched it off. And I've got a race gun here. This is a 40 caliber Strayer Voigt. This is a Barstow barrel, super quality gun. Same thing, guys. So, you're setting yourself up for a fall there. So, be aware when you have 40 caliber or 10mm and you have a 9mm anywhere in your range bag on the table. I was shooting a night match one time, and the way you shoot these night matches, of course, it's multi-gun. You shoot whatever you have in your hand, an AR or a shotgun or your pistol. You shoot the stage. That part of the stage, you deposit the pistol in a bucket or a table, and you run to your next firearm. So the next morning, when I was policing up all my equipment, I was going through a magazine, and in my magazine, I was shooting a 9mm. There's a 40 caliber round. Somewhere during that match, whoever unloaded my pistol that night, I think was trying to be nice and reintroduce that cartridge into my magazine. So when I was detailing my 9mm the next day, there was a 40 caliber round in that magazine. So sooner or later in the match, it would have jammed the gun, which would have been a good thing, because it's bigger than the bore. It wouldn't have chambered, but I still would have had a malfunction. So when you have multiple calibers, guys, you have to be extremely careful when you police your range bag. If you go from 9 to 40 or 40 to 9, they look so similar that you have to pay extreme attention to detail and not find yourself having a 9mm in your 40 caliber ammo when you're out on the range. So there you have it, guys. Be safe.